Hi all, good morning. I should have started this by snipping things out because I can't write on the page, can I? This is the AAT MDCL assessment two, and we're just going to work through it. So let's go. Right, let's jump in. So question one. Question one starts off by asking us to calculate standard costs. We know that prime costs are direct costs, strictly direct costs, typically direct materials and direct labor. And so we do that over here. So direct cost and direct labor, you have two components in this in terms of materials. So you have 15 plus 10 plus 28, and that takes you to 25 plus 28, and that's 53. Yes, so it's 53 per unit. They want you to do it for 2,750 units. So 53 times 2,750 takes us to, very quickly, calculator, 53 times 2,750 gives you 141. Where's my pen? 145,750. 145,750. Now, with the variable cost production overheads, well, sorry, the next question asks us to do the marginal cost. The marginal cost. Marginal cost, another fancy word for variable costs. But it is really the additional cost of making an extra unit, which is typically a variable cost, right? We don't have much of a choice there. So you have here 53 plus 4, which is 57. But this time they wanted for 4,500 units. So you have 57 times 4,500. 57 times 4,500. 57 times 4,500 takes us to 256. 256,500. And then the final question says, what is the full production cost? And the full production cost is us absorbing, if you like, fixed overheads. So we're really just tagging on the 57 plus the 35, which takes us to 12, and that's 92. That's 92. So we have 92 times 6,000 units. So 92 times 6,000 units is 552,000. Right, that's kind of the first point there. So let's just go back to the actual test so we can do this next question. Which of the following is a responsibility center where the manager is responsible for income, expenditure, and the level of investment? So that's probably you probably tick that straight away and tick that straight away. Right, let's snippet this out and power through this the next bit here. um, I can shut this out. I don't need to save that. I'll do that again. Snippet. If you watch my other videos, you know I struggle doing this bit or having to do this bit in the middle of answering questions. Okay, what do we have? What do we have? It says a company expects to sell. So I think a good idea is to draw your bar, write your budget, 8,000 units. And the question says that you expect to sell these per month for 18 pounds, right? That's the plan. That's the plan. Variable cost of £10. So your selling price is 18. Your variable cost is 10, which means that your contribution is 8. Yes, your contribution is 8. So we start off with that, 8 per unit. It says calculate the total contribution for the month. Well, if your plan is to sell 8,000 ties, your contribution for the month, I'll just change my pen color so you can see a different question, is 8 times 8,000, which is 64,000. So your total contribution for the month is 64,000. The question then goes on to ask, what is your total profit for the month? Well, if your total contribution is 64 and your fixed costs are 14, yeah, so your potential profit here, your total profit is 24,000. Now, the question says, what is your break even? We know that at break even, we're just covering our fixed costs. We're just covering our fixed costs. So the question is, how many units will you need to sell where you're gaining a contribution of 8, if you like, to hit 40,000? So these are both amounts. So 40,000 divided by 8 takes you to 5,000. So you will need to sell 5,000 units. You will need to sell 5,000 units in order to make the 40,000, and you're zero. So now you know what your break even is, and the question is asking, what is your margin of safety? By how many units will you need to fall before you know you're safe? And you need to fall. You can fall by 3,000 units from 8,000, which means that your percentage is 3,000 over 8,000. So 3,000 over 8,000, 3,000 divided by 8,000 is equal to 37.5 37, 37.5%. And that is question 1. Let's we'll stop this and we'll move on. We'll start question 2 in another video. Okay.